Hello, I am Charmaine Betty Singleton, otherwise known as CBS, and I am so happy to be with you once again. And today we're going to be talking about the evidence of success. Women walking with power, boldness, and authority. And that actually is you. Yes, that is you. Walking with power, boldness, and authority. So let's begin. However, before we start with that, let's recap what we did the last time when we were together. So we talked about in order to transform, you have to dare to be different. And that means to stand out. It's okay to stand out. You are different. You are unique. And you are made to shine. So stand out. The lessons learned from King David. Yes, I brought it from the Bible. And so we really talked about victory and what it means to do it your way, the way that God gave it to you to do. You may listen to other people, take advice from other people, but at the end of the day, you got to do it the way God gave it to you. Also, we talked about mourning and knowing when to walk away and how to walk away from a dead situation. It's not easy, but sometimes we just have to let go and go on, pay respect where respect is due, and still keep going about our business. The last thing we talked about was praising. And really that radical praise where you praise in public, where you give the respect to the people that support you, that work for you, and you do it in a way that it is just so crazy that the people want to stay with you, stick with you, and just be with you to the end. Okay, so now about this lesson. All right, and our agenda, we're going to talk about do you. That's right. You're going to do you. Be you, like we talked about before. Be in yourself. And I'm going to keep going back to that because a lot of times we try to blend in, but there's times when we are supposed to shine and do it the way God says. And I'm going to keep reiterating that also too, because we don't need to change to be a part of the world, but we can bring everything that we have as entrepreneurs and enter into the marketplace and take it over, not quoting the Bible or anything of that nature, but just letting our light shines in different circumstances. And lastly, we're going to talk about inspiring and empowering, and basically I want to hone in on leaving a legacy or helping the future generation. Okay, and yes, those are pictures of me. I am not bragging or boasting, but this is what I do, and I think I'm good at what I do, and I want you to be bold and have the power to shine in what you're doing, being confident and cocky, all the different things that I've been talking about. We're going to keep building on them until you are the best you that God created you to be. All right, so let's get into this. Yes, I said do you. And basically is operated in your gift, in your area of expertise. So if I look over my life, I am a lawyer, I am an author, I am a writer, I am a speaker, I am a coach, I am an evangelist, and I am not saying that to brag, but those are the things that I can do, and I do them well. And the reason why I know that it is my area of expertise that I'm walking and talking in is because all of the things that I talked about and I emphasize all require the gift of gab. That's right. I love to talk, and I can talk and I can talk and I can talk. But also in everything that I do as well, I know how to listen. And when you can balance talking and listening to help other people, then you really got it made. And so that's what I do, and I enjoy what I do. Also, because I enjoy what I do, I'm good at what I'm doing, and I have that passion that's burning on the inside, that I wake up every day just being happy to have another opportunity to help somebody else. I have a reputation of having credibility, that people come to me for advice. I make a lasting impact, so I know I can influence many areas. And it's interesting because I never thought a person like me, that looks like me, that is short like me, that speaks with the squeaky voice that I have, could have influence on different areas of the world in speaking, giving advice, praying, evangelism, and different things of that nature. And I'm able to do it all and still have fun while I'm doing it. And I do believe, because I operate in my gift, the gift that God gave to me, and I recognize it's in a gift, and I try to keep it special, because a lot of times we get gifts and we look at them and we just put them on the shelf, not displayed or anything like that. Even at times we don't even put it on the shelf, we put it in the closet. But when we operate and we work in our gift, you have so much fun, and it's a very rewarding experience. Lastly, in operating in your gift and having an influence and having credibility, there's times when you're willing to take a risk. And that's a hard thing to do. When you take that risk, sometimes you're working outside of your comfort zone, but because you know what it takes and you have actually done it before and been successful at it, you're willing to try again. And sometimes it may not be as good or as successful as the time before, but success is not valued only at winning all the time. Success is valued at being able to fail, get back up, and do it all over again, and do it until you get it right. And so an entrepreneur must be practical experts. They needn't set out to be subject matter experts. All right, so you don't need to know everything. Yes, sometimes it's dangerous to know a little bit about something, but in doing that, you set out to solve a problem. And when you solve a problem that is bigger than yourself, then your life is rewarded, and other people are rewarded, going back to operating and understanding and utilizing the gift that God has given you. And I know I said a mouthful, but basically, when you are doing something that's bigger than yourself, then you are really successful. And that's when you can have the boldness and the power to walk and be an authority in what you do. I love this part. When you let your light shine. And letting your light shine, I know a lot of times we don't want to mix business and prayer or things of God, but something that I just believe, it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things will be added unto you. Okay? And when we do that, we seek him in prayer. And so when we pray about our business and get the ideas, and they come from God, 9 times out of 10, they are ordered and is a blueprint on what we're supposed to do. And when we're operating in a gift, like we were talking about before, and you are working in that passion, and you're praying about it, and you're happy about what you're doing, your light has to shine. You will go into any room, no matter what the circumstances. You can be frustrated, but because of you and your attitude, and because you're persistent and you have a positive attitude, and you also have an attitude of gratitude because you know your gift comes from God and you respect the God-given gift, you will let your light shine and change the atmosphere. I know I don't want to be preaching today, but I just have to say what is put into my heart right now, because prayer changes things and prayer works. And when we put God into our business, it gets better. So let me tell you how that works. Well, I wanted to do what I'm doing right now, and I really did not seek out the opportunity. The opportunity kind of sought me, and I say that in a good and positive way, in that I was praying about being a influence and having an impact on women and helping them to learn from mistakes and different things that I have made as I have climbed the ladder of success. And lo and behold, I do believe that God positioned me in the right place at the right time. And because I was persistent in everything that I did, and that I had a positive attitude, knowing that in due time, my time would come for me to shine and help other people. So I have to give God all the honor and the glory in everything that I do, and tell you that it works. I may not be able to always pray openly in the workplace, because my full-time job, I work in a government building, but I still pray, and I pray for people. And I pray that I can be used in a positive way, and I wish the same for you. And while you're praying, that allows you to have the patience to wait on God's timing. And while you're waiting, you're still having the perseverance, and you're working hard and being persistent to making sure that you're learning and you're preparing and you're ready and more than capable for the door to be open. Because when the door gets open, when that opportunity hits, you want to hit the ground running and go through that door and be better than anyone or anybody else that have gone through that door before you. And you are confident about that because you are passionate and you're working and operating in your gift. And like I said earlier, when you're doing that, your light just naturally shines. You're going to be happy, you're going to be positive, and you're going to have a spirit of gratitude. And the great thing about it, it's going to be contagious, and you're going to affect those people around you, even the haters and the naysayers. Okay, lastly, you're going to have to inspire and empower. And when you are confident in who you are and you're operating in your gift, and you know exactly what your purpose is, you recognize it's not about you, it's about other people. And because it's about other people and it's not about you, you don't have to compete with other people. You don't have to compare yourself with other people, because they can't compete with you and they can't compare themselves with you, because you are unique. You are different. You bring something different to the table. Going back to what we talked about the last time, dare to be different. And because you are different, nobody can do it the way you do it. Like I say about me, nobody can be better at CBS, at being better than Charmaine Betty Singleton. I am me. And I don't want you to be me. I want you to be the best you that God wanted you to be, that God created you to be, because the way you serve is going to be different than the way I serve. The way you go about doing things is going to be different than the way I go about doing things. But at the end of the day, you're going to have an impact on others' lives. You're going to be successful when you get that email or when you get that text that says, "Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for sharing your expertise. Thank you for going into that school and talking to the kids. Thank you for going to the playground and working with the children there. Thank you for being that chaperone to take the kids to the museum. Thank you for writing that book that touches the souls and opens the imaginations and allow other people to see that if you can do it, they can do it too." And that is what service and operating in your gift and knowing your purpose and being successful and being a good leader and being a woman entrepreneur that nurtures the things that is put in front of her is all about. Your gift makes room for you. Therefore, you don't have to compete with anyone else. I'm going to say that again. Your gift makes room for you. That way you don't have to compete with anyone else. You don't have to compare yourself with anyone else. You don't have to be envious of anyone else. And that's the biggest thing about being successful, is having the confidence, the courage, the capability, the concern, the compassion, to just be you. And when you are able to just be you, you are successful. When you can wake up and look yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, "I am doing what I was created to do, and no one can do it better than me." And know that when you say it, it's a true statement, then you are a success. Your legacy is working in your gift and giving everything of yourself concerning that gift. Because you can't hold on to that gift. A gift is meant to be given to others. A gift is meant to be put on display. A gift is meant to be unwrapped. Just like Christmas, you unwrap that gift and you open it up and you're so excited about it. And it's just like getting that robe that is just meant for you, that softest robe that just fits you perfectly, and you put that robe on, and 10 years and 20 years and 30 years from now, you're wearing that same robe because it's comfortable, it's made just for you, and you grow into it. And yes, people may talk about it, you wearing that robe, but it's just the same thing as you operated in your gift. It is like a second skin. And it only fits you. Operate in your gift. Do you. Let your light shine and empower others. And when you're doing this, you remember about our next generation. And you give them everything that you have. You talk to them about your mistakes. You talk to them about your failures. You give them ideas. You help them along the way. And when you can, you donate into them. You sow that seed of love. You sow that seed of wisdom. You sow that seed financially. You sow whatever you can into them, and you help them. Now, don't overdo it, because sometimes they may take advantage of you, but still, you're there to help them. And in helping them, at times you allow them to make their own mistakes, but be there, right there for them, to help them through the mistakes and to help them to get back on their feet so they too can succeed. I just want you to listen to this, because you are a champion and you will be standing in the Hall of Fame. Okay, my link does not seem like it is working, so I will just talk about this as basically, and if you can find this song, Hall of Fame, and it's talking about being a champion and following your dreams and letting your light shine and working hard and being dedicated and doing everything that you can do, muscling through, being persistent. And I saw this when I was watching the Gabby Douglas story, and how she worked very hard to win gold medals during the gymnastic competition in the Olympics. She saw herself as a young girl going to the Olympics and succeeding. And I don't know what dreams that you had as a young girl, but me, I had a dream of becoming an attorney. Originally, I wanted to be a police officer, but my mother told me I could not be a police officer growing up in New York. So I came back and I said I wanted to be a doctor. But for whatever reason, I decided that wasn't me. So I came back to my parents again and I said I wanted to be a lawyer. And my parents proceeded to ask me why. And I said, because I'm a genius and I'm intelligent. And they said, spell it. They said, spell the word genius and intelligent. And I did. And I guess because I could at an early age, they said, I guess you could be an attorney. And at the age of 7, I believe I was 7, I knew I was going to be an attorney. And I am an attorney. I've been an attorney for now over probably 30 years, I think, or close to 30 years. And I'm good at my job. As I said earlier, I love to speak and I love to travel. And I saw that. And how I knew that I wanted to do that was from reading books. I would go to the library with my father and I got lost in the books. And being lost in the books, I dreamt about being a successful woman. I dreamt about having my own business. I dreamt about making a difference. I dreamt about traveling the world and helping children. I dreamt about impacting women. And all of my dreams, for the most part, have come true. So I'm telling you that dreams work when you're operating in your gift. And when your dream works, then you are a champion. And I know we are successful women who are walking with power, boldness, and authority. And that makes us successful. And this is a bonus, something that I did not put on the slide, but I thought about right now. When we are comfortable with ourselves and can celebrate each other as champions and support one another and lift each other up and inspire each other and empower each other and help each other and care about each other, then we will not only be successful, but that will actually show the evidence of our success. I love my sisters. I love the women that I work with. And I truly believe that we have to be each other's keeper. Now that's my bonus information today. And I hope you take it to heart, because we see a lot of times on social media and in other areas that we tear each other down. And I want us to be successful and be able to lift each other higher and higher and higher and higher. There's room enough at the top, because God created the sky and He created the night and He put a lot of stars there, and we all can be a star, be that champion, and shine and shine and shine when we lift and help each other. So even though my link did not work, you will be standing in the Hall of Fame. You will be successful because you are a champion. So, I know this is kind of weird. I know. Really? Yes, my next topic is going to be operating in fear. And I'm going to be talking about fight plus enormous energy equal awesome results. And that spells out the word fear. I can't wait to talk to you about this. I want to remind you that you are the evidence of success. I want you to continue doing what you do, because the next generation needs you. They need everything that you have as you're shining and operating in your gift. So if no one else has said that they're excited about you, if no one else recognized your worth, I want you to know that I do. And today, I am applauding your success. It's all about you. You are the evidence of success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your light shine.